Hello and welcome everyone. The Bayside Sports School Dads Cricket Championship Season 11. Second knockout game of the tournament. The quarterfinals, the silver quarterfinals between the Svkm'S Dynamic Strikers and the Rroaring Lions. The Rroaring Lions winning the toss and electing to bat first. The first ball of the innings. Down the leg side, straight away runs. And starts off with a boundary. Off the bat, and what a way to get off the mark as well. Been a brilliant start here. 4 of the very first ball, down the leg side. Easy pickings. Time plays it through the covers. There's a fielder in the deep at the extra cover region. It's going to be a single. Kamal now on strike. 5 already of the first 2 balls. Beautiful delivery this time coming in. Paryank Barai. The ball swinging into the right-hander. The first ball is straight in line. Perished for a boundary. Courtesy Sujay Lotankar. Time is played in the air but in the gap. The fielder in the deep. Down the ground at long on. It's going to be a single. It's another beautiful delivery. He wants a quick single but sent back. And in the end, another dot ball here. Sujay Lotankar on strike. 6 without loss. The Rroaring Lions winning the toss, electing to bat first. Looking for a huge score. This time outside off stump, trying to cut the ball straight to the hands of the fielder at cover. So that's the end of the first over. A good start here for both the sides. Not lost a wicket, Rroaring Lions, and not given away a lot of runs, Svkm'S Dynamic Strikers. 6 for no loss. Josh. Left arm over the wicket from the far end. First ball swings in to right-hander. Played straight down the ground by Kamal for a single. Gets off the mark. In fact, it's his second run now. Single of the first ball of the second over. Toss won by the Rroaring Lions. They elected to bat first here. It's a good decision, a no-brainer, one would say, because it's the second game being played on this very ground. The first game was a super over. This time, very good delivery. There's a loud appeal, but the umpire says not out. The first game was played between the JBC and Golden Stallions versus the Ab Warriors. The match ended up going way down the wire into a super over, which eventually was won by the JBC and Golden Stallions. But now we are here for the second game. Second quarterfinals. Played down the ground. A quick single is what they wanted, but sent back. Sujay Lotankar started off the innings with the boundary of the very first ball, but since then, it's been a good comeback by the bowling of Priyank and Jash. They've held the break somehow. I'm trying to play across the line, completely beaten him, all ends up, but it's a little fortunate on that occasion that the ball didn't go hit onto the stumps. And Jash has bowled really well so far. He's kept it tight, kept it in the right areas, right channels, allowed the ball to swing. Not a long run up for him. Doesn't have extreme pace, but he's got good line and line, great consistency, and something that you would love to see. You're at the Bayside Sports School Dad's Cricket Championship. This time outside off stump, trying to cut the ball again, beats him. It's very good bowling here. 5 balls. It's just given away a single run. Very, very good start here for the Svkm Dynamic strikers. They know they'll be batting in the 4th innings, technically, to be played on this very ground. So they need to restrict the oppositions to as less as they can. The slip in place. A very good delivery and inside edge. Going in between the fielders of mid-wicket and square leg. A couple of runs, easy too. And that should be the end of the over. So at the end of 2 overs, it's 9 without loss for the Rroaring Lions. Priyank to begin his second over. After 2 overs, it's 9 without loss for the Lions. And the strikers have got off to a good start here. Economical start. They bowled really well in the right areas. Especially Jash. He's really impressed. Left arm medium pace. But moving the focus to Priyank. First ball outside off stump. Very well bowled. Lets it go. Starts off with a dot ball. His second over. Giving away 6 in the first. Good field set here. There's a long on in place. Fielder at a deep extra cover as well. Oh, very good delivery. Very, very well played. Back to the bowler. In fact, the fielder at covers there. Another dot ball. The plan is simple for the dynamic strikers, that we need to keep the opposition to a very low score and focus as much as we can on dot balls. There was a slip in place earlier, but the fielder's gone to point and tried to play it across the line. The chance of a run out. The wicket keeper doing really well. It was a very close call. Tried to play across the line. The wicket keeper dislodged the bails, but the umpire says not out. So 3 dot balls back to back. It's been kind of a slow start, but so far, thankfully, Lions haven't lost a wicket. They often say that 3 dot balls bring out a big shot. Can this be the delivery? Can we see a big shot here? Oh, he tries to cut the ball. Kept slow. The ball kept low. And have to wait to see for the umpire signal. It's another dot ball, not a wide. It was outside off stump. And now, Sujay just walking up to Kamal and telling him that don't lose your plot. Just stay focused, Kamal. You'll get that odd boundary. The power play is of first 4 overs. It's a mandatory power play. The batting power play can be taken between the 11th to the 16th over. This time, it's in the air. It's in the gap. It's a long chase for the fielder at long on. And in the end, the ball wins the race. And just like I said, 3 boundaries, 3 dot balls, 4 dot balls bring out a boundary. Very, very well played. Very well played by Kamal. And I think exactly that's what Sujay must have told him as well. That don't lose your cool. Just wait for that delivery. You will get your opportunity. Change in field now. Mid-wicket going back to the boundary. And the fielder at sweeper cover coming inside the circle. So the short third man, backward point, forward point, extra cover, cover, mid-off. 6 on the offside. He's pulled it outside off stump. Played towards the fielder at extra cover. And they run through for a single. So that's the end of the third over. It's 14 without loss for the Lions. Josh, he'll be continuing his second over. He's bowled really well. Bowled a very good first over. This time onto the pads. Really well placed. It's going to be at least a couple of runs. It's good running between the wickets. It was onto the pads and in the gap as well. 2 runs for the taking. And Kamal gets a couple of runs here. 16 without loss. The last over of the power play. Similar field. Long on and sweeper cover. So I'm trying to cut the ball. There's an appeal again, but just an optimistic one. Another dot ball. He's bowled really well according to his field. Has Josh kept it back off length. Not bowled in the arc of the batter to hit a big shot. Hasn't allowed any sort of room as well. 4th to 5th stump line. That's ideal on such a ground, on such a pitch. Just like that. Very well bowled. Straight towards the fielder at point. Another dot ball here. It's good fielding as well. You usually keep your best fielders at point and covers. And that's what the dynamic strikers have done. Been another good over so far. 2 runs coming off the first 3 balls in this over. This time very well bowled again. Straight to the fielder at short covers. They've maintained a good over rate so far. Have the Svkm Dynamic strikers. They lost the toss. They were forced to bowl now. Now that they've come out to bowl, they've come out with a plan. You always need to have a plan B as well. Now trying to play across the line, and that's a wide. Down the leg side, very well kept. Wicketkeeper had to cover some ground. And some swing as well in the air for Josh. Coming into the right-hander. Smart work there by the captain. Asking all the fielders to come right from the 30-yard circle. There's a slip in place as well. Oh, that's very well bowled. Another cut shot. Play and a miss. It's been that sort of a day so far for the Rroaring Lions. They've tried their best. They've played the right shots as well. But somehow the ball has not found the middle of the bat. In fact, the ball hasn't found any sort of connection to the bat. This time he steps out, tries to go big down the ground, completely misses it. The wicketkeeper collects the ball, tries to throw it back at the stumps. Certainly hit the stump as well, but the batter was too quick to come back into the crease. And the keeper was not standing right up to the stumps. So that's a dot ball and a great over again. 4 overs have been bowled. It's 17 without loss. End of the mandatory power play now and change of ends for the next 6 overs. So at the end of the power play, 17 without loss, Rroaring Lions. Change of ends from the pavilion end now. Priyank is going to be bowling his 3rd over. Fifth of the game. Field is set. There's a mid-wicket cover. Point and short third man. 4 fielders inside the circle. Oh, he's tried to go big down the ground. There's an inside edge. The ball shall win the race. And it certainly will. The boundary of the very first ball. Courtesy an inside edge. Sujay tried to go down the ground, but a bit too fortunate on that occasion. Got a boundary. And straight away pressure on the bowler. Paryank Barai. That's a good delivery. Very well played down the ground as well by Sujay. Towards long off. It is going to be a single. Score moving on. 22. This is the 5th over of the game. Paryank is bowling according to his field. That's what both the opening bowlers have done so far. This time he tries to play across the line. Another inside edge. Yet again the ball is running through. It's a long chase for the fielder. And looks like a good effort in the end. Managed to save 1 run for his side. The batters run through for 3. And so far this has been the most expensive over. A total of 8 runs coming off the first 3 balls. Sujay comes back on strike. Oh, he tries to go down the ground. Misses the ball completely. Between the bat and pad. Missing the stumps by inches and centimeters. This is good bowling, Paryank. Following the batter. This time he goes down the ground. It's very well played. There's a fielder there. And a good effort as well. A great effort, one may say. Couple of runs taken nevertheless. But good effort in the end. Paryank pulling the last ball. Third over this time, plays it onto the leg side. What a shot. It's a boundary to end the over. It's 31 without loss at the end of 5 overs. The Rroaring Lions are roaring right now. It's been one of the most expensive overs of the day, including the first game and now. (4-1, 3-0, 2-4). Lot of runs coming. 31 at the end of 5 overs. Start of the 6th over. Back of a line delivery. He pulls it into the gap. There's no one in the deep on the leg side. That's going to be a boundary. Beautiful shot straight away to put pressure right back onto the bowler. And the first ball that Kapil Khirani has bowled, he's perished for a boundary. Kamal along with Pranav, these two have notched up 35 runs. This is the 6th over. Usually it's seen that the bulk of the scoring is done during the power play, but these two batters had something else in mind. Now, can Kapil make a comeback? Beautiful delivery. Flighted outside off stump. Driven towards the fielder at cover. The batter had no intention to hit it hard. Just timed it towards cover and a dot ball. Kamal. He's batting on 16 of 18. Ravi. Kapil now. Beg your pardon. Steps down the ground. Tried to play a big shot, but it was a bit too full to play the lofted one. Plays it towards long on. Another single. Now, Kapil. Oh, that's flighted in the air. Got a lot of turn off the pitch. And it's the first time in this innings that we've seen any sort of turn. There's a little bit of dew as well. You can see hand towels are out. 37 for no loss. 6th over of the game. This time the ball keeping low. A huge appeal, a loud appeal. Chance of a run out as well if he hits, but too much action happening in the center. Tried to play across the line. There was a loud shout by the bowler. But the umpire, Swapnil, thought that the ball was going down the leg side. Not out, he said. And then it was Pranav who came down the ground. Thought he would run through for a single. And there was a chance of a run out as well if there were a direct hit. But in the end, all's well that ends well. The flighted delivery, he plays it into the leg side. It's into the gap as well. It's a long chase for the fielder at mid-wicket. And in the end, the ball winning the race. A very, very, very good shot here by Pranav. And these two have now just switched gears. They are batting with full throttle here. Last ball of the 6th over. It's been an expensive over so far. 10 of it with the ball to spare. Back of a line delivery. It's in the air. There's a fielder there in the deep. But he waited for the ball to come to him rather than going and attacking to the ball. And the end of the 6th over. It's 42 without loss for the Rroaring Lions. Start of new over. Change in bowling. First ball to Pranav. It was Hitesh Shah. Slight misfield and they run through for a single. You don't want that as a bowling side. Already there are signs of dew. You can see the hand towels are out. It's never easy to bowl with a wet ball under the floodlights. And Hitesh has a smooth run up. Good action as well. And good start for him as well. Right on the money. Certainly wouldn't want to give away extra runs here. From the pavilion end, Hitesh. Oh, beautiful delivery again. Rocks onto the back foot, plays it towards the fielder at sweeper cover. Another single for Kamal. Kamal is batting really well. He's playing second fiddle to Pranav. And Pranav, he decided that anything in his arc, he's going to go for it. I think that's more like it. That's the intent. That's the right approach that one may needs to have when they're playing a T20 game. Score is 44 without loss. Hitesh. It's in the air. There's a chance of a catch. Two fielders converging. And that's been taken. The first wicket is down here. The captain, Dhawal, takes a beautiful catch. Never easy to come under the ball in the night sky. But he made no error whatsoever. And Hitesh with the breakthrough. That's what good length bowling gives you. Pays you dividends. Good length delivery. He tried to go down the ground. Did Pranav. Got the bottom of the bat. It went high in the air. Two fielders were converging. The bowler and the captain. Dhawal at covers. But safe hands, Dhawal. Didn't make any mistake whatsoever. And that's the first blow. In the 7th over. 44 for 1. At number 3 is the new man in. He'll be facing the first ball. Hitesh onto the pads. It's gone towards short fine leg. Very well fielded. But they too run through for a single. Sundaresh gets off the mark. It was down the leg side. His eyes lit up, but couldn't get the boundary this time. Very well bowled again. Very well bowled. The hands go up, but the person whose hand should go up didn't. And that's the umpire. He was unmoved. It's been a good over. Quite an eventful one. 3 runs of it. And a big wicket of Pranav in the previous over. In the previous 2 deliveries. Beg your pardon. Last ball for Hitesh. Plays it down the ground towards long on. And should be a single. So at the end of 7 overs, it's 46 for 1. Change in bowling now. Rikin Parmar. Left arm spinner. Left arm spinner being brought into the attack. He's going to be bowling to two right-handers. First ball down the leg side. Umpire signals wide. Kamal is on strike. Sundaresh is on the non-striker's end. There is some assistance to the spinners. There is a lot of assistance to the spinners. If the spinners bowl in the right areas and with the right pace and trajectory. That is what is expected of Rikin. This time again down the leg side. Again signalled wide by the umpire. Slight discussion happening between Captain Dhaval and Rikin. Pulling around the wicket. This time a flighted delivery, a full toss, chance of a wicket. Can he take the catch? Oh, it just evades the fielder. There was half a chance there for the fielder at short third man. Took an outside edge, but the ball going past the fielder. It was in the air for a moment. Everyone thought that there's an opportunity. But the ball racing towards the fence. And with that boundary, the 50 is up for the Rroaring Lions in the 8th over. Kamal gets 4 to his name. He wanted to hit it big on the leg side. Certainly didn't get the connection right, but he got the result. 4 runs this time. Again down the leg side. Again a wide. Needs to get his line and length right. The captain will not like it. And I'm sure Rikin knows that he needs to bowl in the right areas, because the middle overs are the overs when the game is either won or lost. This time another full toss. It's in the air. Chance of a catch, but it's fallen in no man's land. They'll run through for a single. It's just been that kind of a day for the Rroaring Lions. And especially for Kamal. He's tried to hit the ball in the gaps. He's perfectly found the gaps in between two fielders. Rikin Parmar continues. This time he goes in the air, and that's a big, big hit. Just goes past the fielder at long on. That's the first 6 of the innings. And what a strike. A brilliant shot. Picked up from outside off stump and dispatched over the long on boundary for a huge maximum by Sundaresh. You'd love to see more of this guy. The way he bats. He demands respect. And just like I said, there is a lot of dew that's coming into play. It's never easy to bowl with a water-soaked ball. And especially for a spinner. Rikin is feeling the pressure here. Oh, this time could be a chance, but it again falls in no man's land. That's just what's happened for the Rroaring Lions. Everything they've touched has turned to gold so far. It was an outside edge in the air, but it falls into the gap again. A single is what they get. It's been a very expensive over. 15 already coming off it. It's the 8th over of the game. Another full toss this time. It's played towards the fielder at cover. Chance of a run out. Oh, he misses. He's missed it. The fielder couldn't collect the ball cleanly. Number 7. Standing at covers. Tried to stop the ball. But he couldn't collect the ball cleanly. And yes, there is the signal. No ball signaled by the umpire. It is going to be a free hit. So to add insult to injury, salt in the wounds of the bowling side. Oh, that's a good delivery. Where was this ball, Rikin? This is what you need to bowl. A quicker one. Flatter through the air. No chance for the batter to play an aggressive stroke. And a good attempt in the end by the fielder at point. Couldn't really get hold of the ball. Another single taken. There's still a ball to spare. 17 have come already of this over. It's been a very expensive over. But Ricken can make amends if he picks up a wicket. Can he do it? Being a spinner can be really cruel sometimes in the game of cricket, especially in the T20 cricket. This time again down the leg side. It's going to be a wide. They want to take a single, but there was protection there at short fine leg just behind the wicket keeper. Another single in terms of wide. So 18 have come off this over so far. One ball to spare. Ricken, can he finish the over well? Can he flourish on the last ball? Oh, very well bowled this time. A good end to the over. They want a single, chance of a run out. Chance of a run out, and that is it. You never run off a misfield. There was a slight misfield by the fielder at point. That's 101 of cricket. You never run off a misfield. But that's what Sundaresh did. And the non-striker Kamal was not ready for it. Thankfully, both the batters have made truce. And that's very, very mature of Kamal. He walked up to Sundaresh, who had an error of judgment. And Kamal was the one who was not out, who was run out, I beg your pardon. But he kept his cool. He walked towards Sundaresh. He told him, it's okay. Whatever's happened, just forget it. And now score the runs that I was supposed to score. And take the team to a very good score. It's good cricket all around. Good bowling, good comeback, I would say, by Ricken on the last ball. It was a good length delivery. Rocked back, tried to cut the ball. A brilliant shot. A slight misfield, but he recovered really, really well. So at the end of 8 overs, it's 64 for 2. Change in bowling. Kapil now in his second over. Gave away 11 in his first. And now he has a fielder at short square leg, fielder at deep mid wicket, and long on. Also a fielder at cow corner. So 3 on the leg side are on the boundary. This time back of a line delivery. Play straight towards the fielder at cow corner. And Sundaresh plays spin very well, it looks like. On strike will come the new man. They need a partnership here. Kapil is bowling from the pavilion end. It's the 9th over of the game. 65 for 2. Flighted delivery this time. Trying to go down the ground inside edge. Towards square leg. Vikrant facing the first ball. Flighted delivery. Enticing the batsman. Asking the batter to go for a big hit. He tried to do that and inside edge saved him. This time another back of line delivery played towards cover. He wants the quick single, but there is Dhawal there. The captain at covers. This is good bowling by Kapil. A good comeback, I would say. He's changed his length. He's changed his line as well. He knows that there is some turn to offer in this pitch. So if you bowl on the 5th or 6th stump, and if you're an off spinner, you would get that assistance from the wicket. That's what he has done this time. A beautiful delivery again. There's a loud shout, an appeal, but the umpire says not out. So Vikrant is having a hard time on this pitch because this pitch is not easy to play. He needs to settle in because we know once Vikrant gets going, he's seemingly unstoppable. This time a Straightest delivery. Chance of a run out at the bowler's end. The throw needed to be a little better. It was thrown at the wrong end as well. And it is another dot ball. Slight confusion. Sundaresh needs to just calm his nerves. He needs to speak to the batter. Although it should have been a single because it is Sundaresh's call to make. He's the one running at the danger end. But Vikrant was ball gazing, I suppose, on that occasion. Thankfully, no wicket has fallen. This time, Vikrant, beautiful shot towards cover and excellent fielding as well. What an over this has been. Excellent over. Just the one run coming off it. And what a comeback by Kapil Khirani. This is what I am talking about. 9 overs, 65 for 2. Change in bowling now. Tej Dabolkar from the pavilion end. Oh, first ball, it's in the air. It's in the air. It's a chance. Oh, he's missed it. Stopped the catch. Sundaresh trying to attack on the very first ball of a new bowler. Didn't get any sort of timing. It was in the air. The fielder at long on was rushing in from the boundary. Not the easiest of chances, but certainly a chance gone down begging. Time back off a line delivery played towards point. Another quick single taken. This is good running between the wickets. And Vikrant finally getting off the mark after 5 deliveries. It's never too late. But now Vikrant needs to get going along with Sundaresh. Sundaresh is not holding back as we saw. You know, he's the one who's kind of a live wire. Trying to take those quick singles as well. Sundaresh, you don't need to lose a single wicket here. They need a good partnership. Oh, beautiful delivery. Tossed up in the air. Asking the batter to play that drive. And there was no answer for Sundaresh. This time Sundaresh trying to go across the line. And that's going to be out. Or will it? We'll have to wait and see. Yes, it is. That's the wicket. They wanted the danger man. Sundaresh has gone back to the pavilion. Courtesy some brilliant, brilliant captaincy by Dhawal. Good bowling change and very, very good bowling. Calm-headed bowling from Tej Dabolkar to dismiss the danger man Sundaresh for mere 10 runs of 8 deliveries. And the roaring lions who were roaring in the beginning have suddenly gone silent with a couple of quick wickets. After a short break, we are back with action. New man in. Tirth Shah. Oh, that's a beautiful delivery. Skids in to the right-hander. Starts off with the dot ball. Tirth, he doesn't need to try anything fancy. Just needs to keep going, head down, focus on those singles. Tirth Shah. Partnership is required here. Davolkar this time back off a line delivery, plays it towards cover. Tirth, and that's the end of the 10th over. It's been a beautiful, beautiful spell of bowling by Kapil and Tej. 10 overs, 67 for 3. Rroaring Lions. Change of ends now. 10 overs, 67. The first ball outside off stump has been driven towards the fielder at deep extra cover. It's going to be a single. Change of ends for Kapil Kirani. He bowled a magnificent second over of his spell, where he gave away just the 1 run. And I think that's the sort of comeback, that's the sort of character you see in the Bayside Sports School Dads Cricket Championship Season 11. The 11th edition. And the second knockout game after 108 league games. Players have gone through a lot. And beautiful delivery. Outside off stump, trying to cut the ball. Beaten him all ends up, but it's good wicket keeping as well. Fine glove work by the man behind the sticks. Like I said, a lot of league games have been played, so all the players quite familiar with the pitch and how it behaves. Another beautiful delivery. Oh, this is truly inspiring, Kapil. He's bowled really well. It was quite expensive in his first over, went for 11 runs, but since then, the last 9 balls he's given it just the 2 runs. And that's the sort of comeback we expected of Kapil. Flighted delivery this time, played down the ground. Aggressive stroke, but straight towards long off. There's a slight misfield. Could be a couple, but denied. Score moving to 69 now for 3. This is the 11th over of the game. And now Vikrant Pathare is on strike. A good delivery back off line, played towards point. Another dot ball. It's good work here by Kapil. He's bowling according to his field. Not pitching it way too full. Just back of the length. And not giving any sort of pace as well for the batters to maneuver. Last ball of the over. Same again outside off stump. Cuts it really well this time. Finds the gap. It's going to be at least a single, if not more. And there's a misfield. What was seeming to be a very good over ends in heartbreak for Kapil, because a boundary of the last ball is not what you expect from your fielders. 73 for 3 at the end of 11. Change of ends for Tej now. It's a full toss. Driven through the fielders. At cover and extra cover. That should be a boundary as well. So back-to-back boundaries. The last ball of the previous over ended up in a boundary. And the first ball of this over as well. A full toss. Tirath was not going to miss out on that one. A juicy full toss outside off stump. Take that, says Tirath, and he gets his first boundary of the inning. 77 now. The score moves on to for the loss of 3 wickets. Oh, beautiful delivery outside off stump. Every time the ball passes the bat and goes to the keeper's gloves, the keeper throws the ball in the air, and everyone here in the Air India Sports Club kind of gets convinced that it took an outside edge, but it hasn't on that occasion as well. This time, onto the pads. They're scampering through for a single. It's good running between the wickets. The umpire signals leg byes. And that's the intent that was needed for the Rroaring Lions. Vikrant Pathare really quick between the wickets. One of the fitter players that you'd see in this Bayside Sports School Dads Cricket Championship. Slight change in the field for Vikrant. He's good on the offside, so they've put some men for cover on the offside. This time down the leg side. Very well kept again. This wicket keeper has really impressed me. Fine glove work. Good take down the leg side as well on that occasion. It's never easy to collect the ball down the leg side. But he's done really well. This time again, the ball was down the leg side. It's going to be at least a couple of runs. Wait for the umpire signal. It's off the bat. No signal by the umpire. Rohit Durai was really quick off his blocks, but he couldn't stop those 2 runs there. 79 for 3. Tej Davolkar. This time a beautiful delivery again outside off stump. Driven through as a fielder at cover. And that should be the end of the over. 83 for 3 other Rroaring Lions after 12 overs. Kapil Khirani's bowled really well in this spell. None for 18. He's been tad too unfortunate at times with a misfield here and there. But the final over of his spell from the far end, the boundary on the leg side is huge to clear. And he knows that as well. He'll try to flight the ball just like that. Very well bowled and very well played as well. Presenting the full face of the bat. Tirath. Kapil Khirani. It's his last over. He would be elated if he gets a wicket here. Oh, there's a loud appeal. And could this be the wicket? The umpire says not out. He thinks the ball was either way too high or a little down the leg side. Next ball. Flighted delivery this time outside off stump in the air. Chance of a catch. There's a fielder under it. There's a fielder under it and he gets it. Not the second time lucky. Would field the batsman. Tirath trying to go down the ground. There was an LBW appeal on the previous delivery. The umpire declined the appeal, but this time Fortune was not on the side of Tirath. A big shot down the ground, but a good catch taken there in the deep at long off to dismiss Tirath. A short stay at the crease comes to an end. Let's have a look at the LBW appeal once. That was made one ball prior. Back off a line delivery. He tried to play it across. There was a huge appeal, but it looked out from here. But umpire thought either it was a bat. That's the only thing that could have saved him. And then tossed the delivery. The very next ball, he tossed it up. And look at that change. You know, inviting the batter to play a big stroke and a false shot, resulting in a wicket. And Kapil, in his final over, has done the damage. He's got a big wicket of Tirath. New man, Paresh Varia. It's the 13th over of the game. 81 for 4. Rroaring Lions won the toss, elected to bat first, and now have their back spinned to a corner, courtesy of brilliant bowling spell. Oh, a beautiful delivery this time. Down the leg side, but there's slight bit of turn. Umpire signals wide. Umpire Freddie Mistry, experienced campaigner, officiated more than hundreds of games across Mumbai circuit. That's a beautiful delivery, loud appeal, and this time the umpire doesn't hesitate to raise his finger. Paresh looks perplexed and bamboozled with that. The ball kept low and spun as well. Let's have a look at that again. A quicker delivery through the air. Stuck in the crease, and umpire, no hesitation whatsoever. Kapil demanding the umpire to give it out, and he's taken back-to-back wickets. He's on a hat-trick now. Kapil Kirani on a hat-trick. It's Vishal Kshatriya who will be facing the hat-trick ball. Kapil has bowled really well in this spell. Last ball. Oh, beautiful delivery. Inside edge. And the hat-trick ball was a very good one. Gone towards square leg for a single. There's still a delivery remaining. What a spell this has been. 2 for 20. Now, the last ball. Vikrant on strike. Tries to cut the ball. Again beats the bat. What a spell of bowling. Kapil Kirani, take a bow. You've got your team back into the game. Very, very well bowled. 13 overs have been bowled. 83 for 5 other Rroaring Lions. And now, 14th over. Sandeep Marwa, new man in. Starts off the first ball outside off stump, driven through the covers towards long off. It's going to be a single. And Vishal Kshatriya. It's good captaincy by Dhaval. He knows that the pitch is assisting the spinner, so he's brought on another spinner. This time outside off stump, drives it towards sweeper cover. It's a fielder in the deep. Very well fielded. It's going to be a single. This is very good captaincy, mind you. You need to assess the situation. You need to assess the conditions and the opposition as well. And that's very well done by the fielding team captain, Svkm'S Dynamic strikers, Dhaval, who's leading the side for the strikers. Dhaval Siroya. This time a very good delivery. Oh, what a ball that was. It was outside off stump. A chance to cut the ball, but completely beaten on that occasion was Vishal Kshatriya. Sam again outside off stump, cuts it really well. There's a fielder there at short third man. It is going to be just a single. And this is good bowling. I feel, along with the captaincy, you need to bowl as well in the right areas to make sure that the players and the commentators out there can give the credit to the captain, but it's all because of the bowlers. They've bowled really well. They've executed the plans really well. 86 for 5, the 13th over this time. The ball's mistimed. It's in the air, but the fielder at extra cover didn't really attack the ball. Fell in no man's land and a single for the taking. Last ball of the over. Outside off stump, there's a loud appeal. Loud appeal. Oh, umpire Freddy says not out. And I think it was just one of those appeals by the wicket keeper. We've seen that all day long. Rohit Durai convincing and confusing everyone. 14 overs have been bowled. 87 for 5 for the Rroaring Lions. Change in bowling now. 6 overs remaining. Hitesh, the player who provided the first wicket, first breakthrough in the match, is now coming from the far end. This time down the leg side. The wicket keeper did well to cover the ground. It's going to be a wide. 88 for 5. Vikrant Pathare along with Vishal Kshatriya, they need to notch at least 50 to 60 runs from here on and reach a fighting total at least of 140, 130, which will allow the bowlers to have something to have a go at the batters. Hitesh now continuing. Starts off with the wide, but let's see if he can make a comeback here, Hitesh. Onto the pass, there's a loud appeal, but the ball was just straying down the leg side. It's going to be leg byes. Vikrant getting off strike now. 89 for 5. .35 balls remain now. A runner ball from here as well can get them to 130. Around that score. 10-15 runs more and they'll be in for a treat. This time he goes down the ground. An inside edge, in fact. It's going to be a couple of runs at least, if not more. Interesting field placement here. There's no one in the deep square on the leg side, but there are a lot of protection areas on the offside. The bowler certainly need to get the line and length right. And anything down the leg side. Just as I said, it seems like the captain is making those changes. That's good captaincy. There's no one in the leg side on the boundary. Hitesh now. This time, oh, what a delivery that was. Missed by a whisker. Vishal Kshatriya steps down the ground, trying to go for a big shot down the ground, but didn't get anything on it. The fielder at mid-off was inside the circle. Attacking captaincy. This is really something unconventional, but highly effective. Something you don't see often in T20 cricket. But he knows that this batting power play, they have to take full advantage of it. This time down the ground, it's in the gap as well. Should be a couple of runs. And that's good running. 2 runs. The 15th and the 16th over are the 2 overs when the batting power play will be taken. And hence, you see a lot of bodies inside the circle. And even after that, captain has not opted to keep the fielders on the circle. You know, he's asked them to come 5 yards in and stop those easy singles as well. And that's what you like to see in a tournament such as this. Hitesh now. This time he cleans him up. Look at that. No celebration. Just a stare down. The off stump goes for a toss. Let's have a look at that again in slow motion. Very, very well bowled. Wow. Hits the top of off. Perfect fast bowler's dismissal. It's 93 for 6 now. The Rroaring Lions looking in trouble. So the end of 15 overs, it's in fact 14.5 overs, it's 93 for 6. Hitesh bowling to the new man in. Beautiful delivery outside off stump. Played towards the fielder at point, and that should be the end of the 15th over. It's 93 for 6. And Harshang Parekh is the new man in. Starts off with the dot ball. The last over from the far end. The 16th over of the game. 93 for 5. Josh. Oh, what a ball. What a ball to start off. His third over. Outside off stump. Yorker length delivery. That's been the speciality of this bowling attack. Especially Josh up top. The 2 overs that he bowled, he with just the 6 runs, was economical, was accurate, and extremely effective this time. Just as I said, the commentator's curse. It was way outside off stump. Umpire signals it as a wide. But on a ratio, if you see, he's bowled really well today. That's Josh. From the far end, it's 94 for 6. This time again outside off stump. Trying to fetch for that ball. The ball was just inside the wide line. It's been a good spell of bowling so far. 2.2 overs, just the 7 runs given. No wicket for him. This time again outside off stump, trying to cut the ball. There's a loud appeal, but the umpire says not out. Vikrant is trying to fetch the ball outside off stump. He's trying to cut every ball that is outside off stump rather than playing the back foot drive. This time he tries to go for a big hit. That's in the air and that's out. A good catch taken by the fielder at short third man. Hitesh Shah, you can't keep him out of the game. Couple of wickets and now a beautiful catch. And that's good bowling. First wicket for him. Josh Dharod gets his first wicket. .94 for 7. The new man in. Anurva Kamdar. Josh has great bowling figures. 2.4 overs. 1 for 7. Still 4 overs remain after these 2 deliveries. A lot of cricket is to be played. Need to get to a respectable total. And a fighting one as well. This time played down the ground. He wants a single. Sent back by Harshang. Hit. Is the toe end of the bat. And that's the end of the over. It's 94 for 7 at the end of 16. 4 overs remaining now. Change of ends. The last 4 overs. It all boils down to this now. The business end of the innings is what it's called as well. Hitesh continuing the first ball. Played down the ground. Beautifully struck as well. It's going to be just a single. But the timing was too good. Score moving on to 95 now with that single. Harshang Parik opens his account. On strike will be Anurva. Hitesh has bowled really well. Today has picked up a couple of wickets. Given away just the 10 runs in the 13 balls he's bowled. This time onto the pads. Fielded well. Chance of a run out. Oh, and that's going to be a run out. Miscommunication. Both the batters were on one end. Very well fielded by the fielder at square leg. It was onto the pads. Loose delivery. But very well fielded. A good throw. The wicketkeeper, for a moment, Rohit thought that there was a confusion and he had to throw at the bowler's end, but quick to realize that his end was quite the right place to dislodge the bails. Anurva goes back without opening the account. It's 95 for 8. "95 for 8 is the score. 17th over in progression. Hitesh has bowled really well. And to add fuel to the fire, a run out. Not the best way to go out. Hitesh. Beautiful delivery. Played back to the bowler. Misfielded. It's going towards long off. It is going to be a single. Cut off in the deep. Presenting the full face of the batter, Rakesh Parik gets off the mark. Harshang comes back on strike. Hitesh to continue from the pavilion end. Oh, there's a loud appeal. Loud appeal. Oh, that was a close call. The ball going towards the boundary ropes. Cut off in the deep by Jash. It's going to be 2 runs. Signal leg byes from the umpire. It was a close call, but it looked like just going down the leg side. A good decision in the end by Swapnil. On-field umpire. They're always under pressure. Any given tournament, there's a lot of emotions that are at stake. And especially in the Bayside Sports School Dads Cricket Championship. It's the second quarter-finals between the Rroaring Lions and the Svkm'S Dynamic. Strikers this time very well bowled and very well played as well. Another dot ball. It's good stuff here. One ball remaining for the 17th over to end. It's 98 for 8 as well. There's a possibility that the Lions can get all out. Oh, brilliant Yorker. What a delivery. And well fielded as well. The ball was spinning on its way back. So 17 overs, 98 for 8. Start of the 18th over. Josh. Hope his delivery. Very well played down the ground. Rakesh Parekh presenting the full face of the bat. Good technique as well by Rakesh. You'd love to see that from your lower order batters. It is Josh in his final over. It's been very, very economical. Mighty impressive. 1 for 8. This time outside off stump. Lets it go. Very, very well bowled. Just inside the wide line. And this is good display of bowling by Jash Dharod. He's now in his final over. And he's still stuck to his basics. The line and length has been impeccable. This time outside of stump. That should be a wide. Good decision by umpire Swapnil. It's very close to the wide line. And it was in fact just outside the wide line. As we all know, the line belongs to the umpire. And with that extra, the 100 is up for the Rroaring Lions. Josh. This time he gets him. Cleans him up. And look at that. No celebration at all. He's just asking the umpire how many wickets are remaining. Going back to his run up. Dhaval must be elated with the performance that his side has put in. He lost the toss, mind you. He was forced to bowl. Not what he would have wanted to do. But certainly, it turned out really amazing for him and his side. What a spell this has been. 100 for 9. In the 18th over are the Rroaring Lions after winning the toss and batting first. Last wicket. 100 for 9. Can Josh finish it off? Slight disturbance behind the side screen. Sometimes it's a little difficult for the batters to spot. And now. Outside off stump. Oh, he tried to cut the ball. Speed in him. He knows that he just needs to bowl it stump to stump and force the batters to make some mistake. It's very well played. With soft hands, they were running through for a single. A chance of a run out, but it's going to be overthrows as well. I don't think they'll take the second. And that's a single here. Just a single. Still one ball remains, I think, in the 18th over. Yes, it does. Deep Mehta got off the strike with that single. It's going to be Rakesh Parekh. It's going to be taking strike for the last ball of the 18th over. 101 for 9. Brilliant bowling figures for Josh. It's in the air. Chance of a catch. But I don't think the ball will be stopped. In fact, it's going to be a couple of more runs there. Very well fielded in the end. Some showboating football skills in the end by the fielder at long off, running towards his left. And 18 overs have been bowled. It's 103 for 9. Hitesh bowling his final over this time. Outside off stump. Very well played. Tried to cut the ball. Didn't get any sort of timing on it. It's a dot ball. It is the 19th over of the innings. 1 wicket away. Svkm'S Dynamic strikers from getting the Rroaring Lions all out. 103 for 9. This is not what the Lions would have expected. That this is how the innings would be going, but it is what it is. Deep Mehta now. The last hope along with Rakesh Parekh to get 15-20 runs and challenge the Dynamic strikers. It's in the air, but towards the fielder at cover. Didn't really carry. Another dot ball. If somehow the Rroaring Lions get those 10-15 runs, it psychologically does some good to the bowlers entering in the second innings. It's a beautiful delivery. Played back to the bowler. For a moment I thought it was in the air, but it was hit into the ground first before going up. It's been good bowling here. Economical bowling here by Hitesh, Jash. It'll be really difficult to choose the most economical bowler today as well. Oh, that's a good shot played. This batter looks really good. Deep Mehta playing the scoop shot out of nowhere. Number 11 coming in and playing that shot. Certainly raises a couple of eyebrows. Did he deserve to come to bat a little up the order? Well, that's a mystery for us, because that's very, very well played by Deep Mehta. Trying to paddle scoop the ball. And he found the gap as well to perfection. That too. Hitesh will not like it, because he's bowled really well so far. He'll be disappointed with his own bowling, because you can't bowl a full toss. Be it number 1 or 11. Any batter will take you to the cleaners if you bowl a full toss. And Hitesh knows it best, because he's bowled a magnificent spell of bowling so far. 2 for 15 for him in 3.4 overs. This time he tries to play it on the onside, slight inside edge. But before the fielder can get to the ball, they run through for a single. And these last few runs will turn out to be a little handy if the match goes down to the wire. Each run counts, and you can never choose favourites in a game of cricket, especially in T20 cricket. Saw something miraculous today in the IPL as well. Over 500 runs were scored. Match between the Sunrisers Hyderabad and the Mumbai Indians. This tournament equally passionate. In the air, chance of a catch. Just falling short of the fielder at point. They'll run through for a single. A good effort in the end. And what a spell of bowling this has been by Hitesh Shah. 4 overs, 2 for 17. And at the end of 19, it's 109 for 9. Last over of the innings. It is going to be Paryank Barai. Started the proceedings with Josh with the new ball. It's been a little expensive, but he bowled in a situation where there were a lot of fielding restrictions, and the way Sundaresh and Pranav were batting the top order, it was a treat to watch for the little time that it lasted. Rroaring Lions now. Last over of the innings. Rakesh plays a drive down the ground. They've taken the single, and Deep Mehta comes on strike. 1 wicket away from getting all out are the Rroaring Lions. Deep Mehta on strike this time. Drives the ball to the fielder at covers. Slight misfield by Dhawal. He'll run through for a single. I think the Rroaring Lions, they're cheering every run possibly coming out of the bat of these two batters. This last wicket stand itself has gone for 10, 11 runs. 11 runs in fact. Four deliveries remain. Can they get past that 120 mark? Driven through the covers. It is going to be at least a single. Just a single. Uh, 112 for 9. 3 deliveries remain. Deep trying to cut the ball. The wicketkeeper missed it as well. He's asking for a wide. He is asking for a wide, and yes, it is a wide. It was outside off stump. Just on the line. And just like that, this partnership moving slowly, helping the team to go towards 120. There's a lot of dew in the outfield, it looked like, because the way the bowlers are constantly using the hand towels. It's not easy for the bowler to grip the ball, but despite that, it's been good bowling overall from every bowler who has got a chance to bowl today. Be it Just, Prayank, Kapil, Hitesh, Tej or Sandeep. This time in the air, falling into the gap. It's going to be a couple of runs. Deep is very quick between the wickets. He'll scamper through, back for a second. And so will Rakesh. They'll be pleased with all the runs that they're getting in the end. This partnership worth 16 runs. 2 deliveries remain. And they might as well, in the end, get past the 120 mark that we were talking about. These two have really troubled the dynamic strikers. They've not given the wicket away. So far, they've played really well. It's time. Plays it down the ground. They'll run the first one quickly. They will want the second. But I don't think that's possible. That's good fielding in the deep. Oh, they've gone through for the second. Chance of a run out. Oh, he hits, and that's curtains. 117 all out. Rroaring Lions won the toss, elected to bat first. Again running off a misfield. But in the last over, you don't expect anything but to run off every opportunity that you get. And that's what they tried to do. So 117 all out Rroaring Lions. 118 is the target for the SVKM Dynamic Strikers. We'll have to wait and see in a short time when the play resumes. The second innings. Off we go. The first ball of the second innings. Very well played off the back foot. Straight away runs off the bat of Tej Dabolkar. And beautiful technique to play that back foot cover drive. Sameer Bhansali opening along with Tej Dabolkar. Harshang Parekh started off proceedings for the Rroaring Lions with the ball. It's not a big total. 118 in 20 overs to win the second quarterfinals. The first one was an absolute belter. Went down to the wire. Super over. And in the end, the JBC and Golden Stallions emerging victorious. Now, a beautiful delivery. And what a start this has been. Wow, just what the doctor ordered for the Rroaring Lions. Wicket in the first over itself. Played on the back foot. Missed the line completely. Some movement of the wicket. And what a start. Harshang Parekh. With the bat as well, he tried to contribute as much as he could. And now with the ball. A crucial breakthrough in the first over. This game just got interesting. Sameer Bhansali, the first wicket to fall in the second innings for the Svkm'S Dynamic strikers. Brings in the wicketkeeper, the animated live wire, Rohit Durai. He's jumped, he's celebrated, he's cheered uncontrollably. And that's the passion that he has for the game that we all love. He's going to be taking guard now. Harshang Parekh just made the match interesting with a wicket in the first over itself. Time outside off stump, plays it towards the fielder at cover. Very well fielded, but run through quickly for a single. Oh, there's misfield as well. They've run back for the second as well. That's very, very good awareness by Tej Dabolkar. You have to credit Tej, who was the man who called for the second run, running towards the danger end. And Rohit opens the account. He'll be very pleased with the way he got that bonus run. Rohit Durai. It's good balance in his technique. It's a beautiful delivery. Very, very well bowled by Harshang and extremely well played as well. Full face of the bat. He's in no hurry. The message was clear from the inside. Don't need to take any sort of risks. You can play, run a ball. An odd boundary will get you back in the game. I think the start will be very important. If in the first 4 overs of the power play, the mandatory power play that we have here at the Bayside Sports School Lads Cricket Championship, if they get off to a flyer, then certainly the game is out of hands of the opposition. Very well bowled and very well played again. Harshang hitting the right areas. Back off length. That's the way to go. Last ball of the first over. Harshang from the pavilion end. This time tosses it up, flights it in the air. In fact, I would say slower delivery. Converts it into a full toss, Rohit, but plays it straight to the hands of the fielder at cover. So at the end of the first over, a successful over, 3 for 1 for the strikers. 1 over 3 for 1. Bssdcc on strike. Down the leg side this time. He wanted to take a quick run, but sent back. We'll wait for the umpire signal if there was a wide. No, there wasn't. I think it hit the pads of Tej. Some swing in the air for Anurva. He's coming around the wicket straight away to the right-hander, to the left-hander, beg your pardon. He wants the left-hander to face as many balls as he can. The dynamic strikers need a good partnership in the top. It's been played down the ground this time towards mid-off. It's going to be a dot ball. Anurva looking to pitch the ball full, looking for some swing. Certainly found some swing in the first two balls that he's pulled. This time a no ball signaled by the umpire. Tried to play it across the line. The ball going towards short fine leg. The fielder at deep backward square leg has to make a long chase. It's going to be a couple of runs. No ball signaled by the umpire, and that means it's going to be a free hit. A chance to open his arms. Chance to go big down the ground and get the first boundary. Anurva displeased. But the umpire, Swapnil, such experience you have. Both the umpires on field. Ronnie Mistry and Swapnil, experienced campaigners, have been in such situations countless number of times. They don't know what pressure is like. Has never faced it as well. They've been very calm and composed. Free hit. Anurva to Tej, and that's been hit in the air, in the gap as well. Not very intended to hit it, but certainly the result in the favor of the dynamic strikers. Outside off stump, opened his arms between point and short third man, and that's going to be a boundary. First boundary of the innings off the bat of Bssdcc. Anurva. Slight discussion happening between the captain and the bowler. There's a lot of dew in the outfield. A lot of dew. That's why there's a slight break. Anurva around the wicket this time. Outside off stump. Gets an outside edge. Back-to-back boundaries. A streaky shot. And 4 runs for the taking. It was a good delivery outside off stump. Swings in to the left-hander. But Bssdcc has been a bit lucky with both the boundaries. Quite the opposite for Anurva, Kamdar. Two good balls going for 2 boundaries. Thank you so much, says Bssdcc. Thanks his luck that he got this. Back-to-back boundaries. Tej will be oozing with confidence. When you have luck behind your side, there's nothing that can stop you. Now Anurva, can he make a comeback? Can he change his fortune now? Round the wicket. It's a full toss, played down the ground. Didn't really time it too well. Plays it straight to the fielder at mid-off, a dot ball. Last ball of the second over. But there's a loud appeal, but Swapnil. Umpire Swapnil says not out. It was straying down the leg side, some swing in the air. Movement of the pitch. At the end of 2 overs, it's 14 for 1. The third over of this game, continued by Harshang Parekh, the wicket taker for the Lions. This time outside off stump, drives it towards the fielder at cover. A quick single taken, a slight misfield as well. A single was what was intended. Sent back halfway by Tej, because a clear pickup, a clean pickup would have resulted in a quick opportunity for the fielding side. For a moment I thought that Rohit ran through for a single, but he had to be sent back. Same outside off stump, lets it go, and that should be a wide as well. Every run being cheered here by the dynamic strikers. They lost the toss. They had to bowl first. And what a performance. It was exceptionally well done. .15 is the score now. Harshang. This time a beautiful cover drive into the gap. Running the first one quickly. There's a long chase for the fielder at extra cover, and the ball will win the race. Look at that timing. Look at that placement. Looks even better in the replay, presenting the full face of the bat. The fielder extra cover was a little too square, and in the end the ball was just going away and away from the fielder at extra cover. First boundary for Rohit Durai, and he would be feeling really relaxed the way things have unfolded so far in the chase for the dynamic strikers. 19 for 1. This time back of a line delivery, cuts it this time to the other side of the fielder at extra cover. Should be a couple of runs. No, it's just a single. Very well fielded in the end. Really good fielding in the end. And this is good effort in the deep. And great sportsman spirit as well. Just to clarify, it was a single taken by Rohit, but the fielder in the deep at extra cover, running towards his left, touched his foot onto the boundary cushions. And amazing sportsmanship shown there. He signaled to the umpire, because there's no one in the deep to corroborate whether it touched the boundary or no. But the fielder signaling to the umpire that his foot had touched the boundary. And truly a gentleman's game. A real sweet moment here. It would be very easy for the fielder to say that he had not touched the rope. That's what youngsters do nowadays. And that's why it's really difficult to see such moments. And rare as well. This time in the air, in the gap, and boundary again. Back-to-back boundaries. In fact, 3 in a row for Rohit Durai. He's not stopping. He wants to go home early. 3 boundaries back-to-back. All on the offside. Different paths on the offside. First through the covers, then through point, and now through backward point. Array of strokes seen here by Rohit Durai. With each ball, the ball just keeps getting wetter and wetter because there is a lot of dew in the outfield. It's never easy to bowl with a new ball in T20 cricket, and especially when there is such kind of dew as well. 2 fielders in the deep. Now are the third man and deep extra cover, the sweeper cover. 5 on the offside, 4 on the leg side, all in the circle on leg side. This time back of a line delivery. Played towards third man, guided it towards a deep third man. It's going to be a single. Coming round the wicket now to Tej. Just going to bowl round the wicket now. Oh, very well bowled and very well played as well. Presenting the full face of the bat, played towards covers and very well fielded. In the end, good cricket all round. That should be the end of the third over. 28 for 1 at the end of 3. 90 required now of 102 deliveries. Three overs, 28 for 1. 90 required now for 102 deliveries. They're well on course. Required rate below 5.5 an over. 5.3 to be precise. Anurva. This time onto the pads. Plays it behind square. It's going to be at least a couple of runs. Could be more. Could be more. Will be more. 4 runs there. Was not a bad delivery, but a bit too straight. And rectification and clarification given. The square leg umpire saw the ball past the boundary ropes, so he signaled a boundary. But the on-field umpire, he had not signaled it. So he rectifies and the leg umpire clarifies. Boundary to start off the over. Anurva put under pressure straight away. 32 for 1 now. And this guy, Rohit Durai, he is not going to stop. Some changes in the field, but it also has to do with the fact that there's a lot of dew in the outfield. It's not easy to grip the ball. But that's the adjustment that the bowlers need to make. In fact, they was the ones who won the toss and elected to bat first. That's very well bowled. It's a good comeback here. Played with soft hands towards the fielder at cover. Rohit wanted a single. Animated as he always is. Had to run through, but Tej sending him back. This is good cricket all around. Rohit knows that he needs to stay at the crease, so he's not tried anything silly so far. Got 3 boundaries in the previous over, boundary in this over. Standing on off stump. He knows that anything straying in line will be punished, and this is very, very smart from Rohit. Very, very old. Played towards cover. He wants a quick single this time. Tej agrees to take that run, and that's good running between the wickets. Yes, boundaries are important in T20 cricket, but singles, they hold the utmost value. And a small example shown here by Rohit Durai and Tej Dabolkar. 33 for 1, 3.3 overs. Tej on strike. Anurva round the wicket. Last over of the power play. The mandatory power play in this Bayside Sports League. This time down the leg side. Wide signal by the umpire. It's going to be more runs. It should be 4 wides. Yes, it is. The wicketkeeper diving to his right. Outstretched hands. No chance for the wicketkeeper. The ball was always going away from him. Look at that in the replay as well. An outstretched hand. Diving to his right. But no chance. It's going to be 4 wides. It's a very expensive spell here for Manurva. He was a little unlucky in the first over, but here, there's no one else to blame but him. He's getting the ball to swing. That's a positive. If he can pitch it in the right areas, it will make the difference. But right now, the way Svkm'S Dynamic strikers are batting, they're taking the game away from the Rroaring Lions. 80 required now. In 16.3 overs, required rate 4.8. Below 5 now as well. This time in the air. In the gap. And outside the boundary. 1 bounce, 2 bounces. And 4 more. A good delivery on good length outside off stump. Slashes it hard over point. There was no protection in the deep. Apart from the deep extra cover. Who was a mere spectator. Had to just run through and get the ball from outside the boundary. There's a lot of dew here. It's not easy to bowl. Just reminding all the viewers and spectators who are watching this game. It's the second quarterfinals. Silver quarterfinals between the Rroaring Lions Svkm'S Dynamic Strikers. The first was played between the JBC and Golden Stallions and the Ab Warriors, won by the Stallions in super over. It was a brilliant game of cricket, and so is this. Different experiences, different learnings. This time outside off stump, trying to play the huge drive outside off stump. Beaten him and not happy with himself. Tej Dabolkar, he knows that it was a ball to be hit in his arc. And credit to Anurva as well. He's showing a lot of character. He's been hit for a few runs, but still trying to pitch the ball up. Still looking for that swing. He knows that he just has to be right once in order to get that wicket. And the batter has to be right at every ball that he faces. Round the wicket this time again. Outside off stump, there's an appeal. Oh, the umpire says not out, but a good delivery. Good comeback, I would say, by Anurva. 4 overs have been bowled. It's 42 for 1 for the Dynamic Strikers. Change of ends now, and certainly change in bowling as well. If the Lions have to win this game, they need wickets. That's the only way that they can make a comeback in this game. There is no other alternative. And now, Vishal Kshatriya is going to be bowling from the far end. Taking their own time are the Rroaring Lions. It is the end of the power play, so minimum of 4 fielders inside the 30-yard circle is needed, and a maximum of 5 outside. There is a short fine leg. In fact, there is a short mid wicket in place. Outside off stump starts off with a wide ball. There's a short third man, point, cover, and short mid wicket. 4 fielders inside the circle. Long on, long off, deep square leg. Deep extra cover, deep cover as well. Some changes made in the field. The fielder at short third man being sent towards the backward point boundary. And from what I can see, there are only 3 fielders inside the circle. They have to be aware of the fact that you have to keep 4 fielders inside the ring. And yes, here we are, Vishal Kshatriya. Some outside off stump. Beats the bat again. Very well bowled. Very, very well bowled. That's the line that they need to bowl more often. Next delivery this time. Outside off stump again, trying to cut the ball. Again beaten. That's the same mistake that the Lion batters did in the first inning. They were trying to cut the ball rather than play the back foot drive. And Rohit Durai looking to find the gaps, but he's not able to find them. This time, outside off stump, cuts the ball, passes towards the fielder at point. It is going to be a single. He comes back for the second. There is a confusion in the middle, but in the end, Tej was quick to turn back and reach the safe end. A better throw would have meant curtains for Tej Dabolkar. However, in the end, all's well that ends well. I'd like to say again, they've got off to a perfect start. They don't need to do anything silly. The required rate is 4.7. They're well on course of winning this game if they keep batting throughout the 20 overs. Sometimes that's what happens. You don't realize when to, put the foot down and just take the game through. There is a square leg in position. Point and covers. Looks like the Rroaring Lions are fielding with 10 players. Seems like there's been an injury for one of them. We'll shortly give confirmation about the same. This time, plays it onto the onside towards a deep mid wicket. And look at Rohit. He's always ready for the second run. He's always ready. Coming back to his crease now. .4 overs, 45 for 1 is the score. Rohit on strike. Rohit is batted really well for 21 or 15 deliveries. 4 fours in this inning so far. A beautiful delivery, an outside edge though. And that's going to go towards the third man boundary, but a good chase there by the fielder. Getting a couple of runs, Rohit. Score moves on to 47 now. Still a ball remaining in the 5th over. The rules are slightly different here in the Bayside Sports Championship. The School Dads Cricket Championship, Season 11. 4 overs of power play, the mandatory ones, and then from the 11 to the 16th over, there's an option for the batting side to take those remaining 2 overs together as the batting power play or the second power play of sorts. 47 for 1 now. Last ball. This time beautifully placed. What a shot this has been. A long chase for the fielder at deep backward square leg, and ball will win the race any given Sunday, and that boundary brings the 50 up for the Dynamic Strikers at the end of 6 overs. Beg your pardon, 5 overs. It's 51 for 1 for the Strikers. Five overs, 51 for 1. 67 required of 90 deliveries now. Within touching distance are the SVKM Dynamic Strikers. They played really well. They've bowled superbly in the first innings. They're paying dividends. They're finding all the benefits of the hard work they did in the first innings. Change of bowling now. Left arm over the wicket. First ball outside off stump. Very well fielded by the fielder at point, but there's overthrows. Should have been just a single. Finds him another run. And that's the summary of the day, it seems like, for the Rroaring Lions. Couple of runs here. Change in bowling. Tirath Shah. Bowling left arm over the wicket. It was outside off stump. Slashes at it pretty hard. But straight to the fielder at point and got 2 runs. This time again. Plays it towards long off. It's going to be just a single. Has kind of a slingy action, Tirath. Would have been a surprise to see him bowl with the new ball. Certainly would have got some kind of purchase with the action that he has. Tirath bowling the 6th over of the game. Still a lot of changes being made in the field. They don't want to give up so easily. And that's something that's amazing to see. The passion. He's bowling over the wicket. Rohit Durai on strike. He's batting on 27 of 17. 5 fours already in the innings. Let's have a look at the action now. Left arm over. Look at that slingy action in the air. But in the gap, beautifully placed and timed. And that's going to be a boundary. It was outside off stump, a little too full. And Rohit, he was going to not miss out on such an opportunity. 58 for 1, SVKM Dynamic Strikers. 60 required now. 87 deliveries are remaining. I don't think the match will go on for that long. The way these two are batting, it's just a matter of time before the game is won by the Dynamic Strikers. Now after a short break, we are back. It's going to be the slinger. So again staying in line, paying the price. Another boundary, back-to-back boundaries. They seem to have lost the plot here with the way the game is going on. Extremely good batting here by Rohit. Beautifully played. It's his 7th boundary. He's just dealing in boundaries, mind you. He's hit 7 fours and he's taken 7 singles. So the number of singles he's taken, it's the same number of boundaries he hit here. Again onto the pads. Again he's played it fine towards fine leg, and that should be another boundary. 8th boundary. 3rd in the over. Back-to-back 3 boundaries for him. Straying in line, Tirath. And again paying the price. There's no protection in the deep. Behind square on the leg side. The required total now is 52 of 85 deliveries. That's how quickly a game can go out of hand. This time again. It's going towards third man. That should be another boundary. 4 in a row. Came around the wicket, bowled outside off stump. Took a thick outside edge and the fielder at short third man had no chance to even attempt to stop the ball. The score swiftly moves towards 70. Beautiful, beautiful game this by the Svkm'S Dynamic strikers. 6 overs, 70 for 1. Change of ends now for Vishal Kshatriya. Holds outside off stump, very well played towards extra cover. It is going to be a single. And Rohit, the danger man, comes back on strike. 43 of 21 for him. 9 fours in this innings. It's really dealt in boundaries. Up next, Vishal to Rohit. This time very well bowled and he wants to take a single. A quick single there. There's good running between the wickets. It's hit the pads of the batter running to the striker's end. It was Tej. And the ball was going towards the boundary, but they decided not to run in the true spirit of the game, just like we saw something from the Rroaring Lions a couple of overs back when the ball was fielded cleanly, but his foot had touched the boundary. Umpires had no clue about it, but in the fair spirit of the game, he signalled as a boundary. Vishal to Tej. This time straying in line. It's a beautiful shot played behind square on the leg side. That's a delivery asking to be hit. Not the best of lines. Beautifully placed. What a shot that was. 4 runs. The score moving on to 76 now. This time outside off stump, plays it in the air in the gap. That should be another boundary. Back-to-back boundaries. They're just toying with the field now. Score has launched up to 80. Just give an example of the IPL game between Sunrisers Hyderabad and the Mumbai Indians. It's something like that. Quick start. 80 in 6.4 overs. And Tej Daborkar has joined the party now. 5th boundary for him. Back-to-back boundaries. And wherever the fielders are set, somehow these two batters are finding the gaps. Eighty is the score now. Oh, a very good delivery. Very, very good delivery from Vishal Kshatriya. Back of a line delivery. Slight movement of the pitch and a dot ball. Last ball of the over. Plays it down the ground, beautifully driven towards long off, and ends the over with a single. 7 overs, 81 for 1 for the SVKM Dynamic Strikers. 37 needed now of 13 overs. Change in bowling now. Off spinner from the far end. Starts off with a flighted delivery outside off stump. Paresh Varia. Back off lane. This time takes an outside edge going to a short third man. Very well fielded by the fielder there. And look at that. Look at that. You don't need all this extra runs. Should have been a dot ball. Results in a single now. Flighted delivery. Oh, forward defense. Flighted delivery this time. Drives it through the offside. It's going to be a single. Rohit moving quickly towards a half century. 45 of 24. Striking at 187.5 at the moment. Good display of batting by both these batters. They've kept their calm. They've kept their cool. They have not allowed their teammates to have any sort of panic or pressure felt. Still a couple of deliveries remain in this over. It's bowled well, Paresh. Look at that flight. But he takes it onto the full. It's played in the gap again. There's another misfield, but oh, there is going to be 2 runs. That's good running. And a diving effort in the end. Wow, look at that. Tej Davolkar would be giving that look to Rohit. Why are you making me run when we can do it with singles? But what an effort by Tej. Diving effort in the end. That's the passion that you have when you're playing the Bayside Sports School Dads Cricket Championship. You want to give your all. And this is the second quarterfinals. The first was played between the JNCV Golden Stallions and the AB Warriors, which went right down to the wire. Super over. And in the end, JBC and Golden Stallions are emerging victorious. And this second quarterfinals of the silver group between the Rroaring Lions and the Svkm'S Dynamic Strikers. Certainly going the Dynamic Strikers' way. Unless there's a twist in the tail. Outside off stump again. Lets it go. Umpire signals it as a wide. It was on the line. Ronnie Mistry, stand-in umpire, took a little bit of time, give it a thought, and then signaled a wide. Flighted delivery this time, trying to cut the ball. Oh, that just missed by a whisker. Very good over here by Paresh Varia. 5 coming off it, but certainly he's kept the batsman at bay. 86 for 1 at the end of 8 overs for the Dynamic Strikers. 8 overs, 86 for 1. Vishal Kshatriya in his third over has given away 20 runs. Hasn't got a wicket yet. But there is some time to change things for him. 32 required now of 72 deliveries. Game in the kitty of the dynamic strikers. And look at that shot in the air. Played towards the fielder at deep mid wicket. Perfectly placed for such a shot. It's going to be just a single. As we all know, cricket is a game of uncertainties. Anything can happen from anywhere. But the comfort with which these two batters are playing, it looks like a very daunting task for the Rroaring Lions to make a comeback. 31 now needed of 71. Tej Dabholkar on 30. Rohit Durai on 46. Tej Dabholkar batting on 30 now. Set 5 fours. Strike rate of 125. Outside off stump. Played down the ground. Beautifully struck. Excellently well played. Wait for the umpire signal and look at that. The arms go in the air. That's the first 6 for the Svkm'S Dynamic strikers. Took them quite a while, but it's never too late to get a few more. It was in the arc. Slow delivery. Picked the length quickly and dispatched it over the bowler's head. It's brilliant batting here by both these players. A partnership. 92 now of 49 deliveries. Required rate 2 and over. 2.1 to be precise. 93 for 1 is the score. 25 needed. Victory here would do a world of good for the Svkm'S Dynamic strikers. They're playing another game tomorrow in the Platinum Group. What a shot this is. Look at that. Sweeps it. Let's have a look at the replay. Sweep shot played off the front foot. That's going to be a boundary. Within touching distance are the dynamic strikers. Tej Dabholkar reaching to 40 of 26. It's a big game tomorrow. The SVKM Super Strikers are going to be playing the JNS Mustangs. It's a quarter-final of the Platinum Group. There are 4 groups here. Platinum, Gold, Silver and Bronze. This is the Silver quarter-finals number 2. This time again on the leg side. And that should be another couple of runs. In fact, that's going to be... Oh, just stopped inside the boundary cushion. And good running between the wickets. A couple of runs taken. The runs are flowing thick and fast, and the partnership as well. Now, 97 runs. They took a couple of runs. Partnership of 97. The first wicket fell at 1 run. Really excited for these games. It's a big game tomorrow. The Mustangs versus the Super Strikers. It's another team that SVKM has put in this tournament. They've got 3 to 4 teams who are playing the knockout stages in different groups. Either gold, platinum, silver or bronze. So another quick single taken through the offside. 99 for 1 now. The first game between the USGS Gladiators and the SVKM Blazing strikers tomorrow. Live from the Air India Cricket Ground. Air India Sports Club here in Kalina. The Bayside School Sports Dad's Cricket Championship. 11th season. "19 runs required now. Rohit on strike. Plays it back to the bowler. In fact, plays it towards mid-off and takes a quick single. That's the end of the over. And the 100 up for the SVKM Dynamic strikers. 47 is the score now for Rohit Durai with that single. Paresh Varia. Sure, he'll be continuing the second over. He's bowled really well. 5 runs given in his first over. Look at that shot. It's in the air, in the gap, and that's 50 up for Rohit Durai. What a shot that was. Raises the bat. Everyone in the team management applauding his brilliant innings. What a beautiful shot that was. Over mid-wicket now, 14 required. Of 65 deliveries, it's going to be a mammoth win for the SVKM Dynamic strikers. Completely outplayed the Rroaring Lions. The flighted delivery this time played into the leg side. It's going to be a single. There's a fielder in the deep. Tej Dabolkar, he too would be looking for a half century here. Really deserves a half century. Played really well. 42 of 28 deliveries for Tej. I see a few players in the batting lineup just getting their pads off because they know that the match is going to be done before they get a chance to bat. But that's the confidence that they have on these two players, Rohit and Tej, out in the middle. The partnership as well, crossing 100 runs in between them. The first 100 partnership of today's game. This time onto the leg side, and he doesn't need to run at all. He knows he's found the gap. That's another boundary. 9 runs required now with that boundary. And Tej Dabolkar moves to 46. 7 fours and 1 6 of 29 balls. But he's just staying in line. The previous delivery. This time he tries to play an expansive cover drive and he is going to be out. He is stumped. A good delivery by Paresh. But a brilliant knock by Tej Dabolkar comes to an end. Look at that delivery. He deceived him in the air. And something to cheer for in the end. A consolation of sorts for the Rroaring Lions. What a delivery first up. That's not the kind of a ball you want to face when you're batting the first ball in the innings. And after the wicket off, Tej bowler Rahul Gandhi is coming. Onto the pads, this time played towards square leg, and it should be the end of the over. So at the end of 10 overs, it's 110 for 2 for the Svkm Dynamic strikers. Change of ends now. Harshank Parikh. 8 runs away. A famous win for the Svkm Dynamic strikers. This time outside off stump. And that's missed by the keeper as well. Wait for the umpire signal if there was some bat involved. Doesn't look like. Bye is signaled by the umpire. 7 runs away now. The Dynamic strikers. Seven runs away. Rohit Durai has batted really well. And look at that shot again. Trying to find the gap on the offside. He takes a single. He wants a second, but he says no risk whatsoever. Does Rahul. One hit away are the Dynamic strikers, reaching the semi-finals of the Silver Group Bayside Sports School Dads Cricket Championship Season 11. Plays it onto the onside, straight to the fielder at mid-wicket in fact, and takes a quick single there. And it would be perfect for Rohit to score the winning runs. He's batted really well. 10 boundaries for him. 53 of 29. And he's just looked flawless. You know, he started off a little slow. It seemed like he was not getting the judgment of the bounce of this pitch. But once he got going, he didn't look back. Would be the perfect end to the innings. 5 runs required. 1 hit away. Can he do it in this over? Is the question. There's a leading edge. Leading edge just evades the fielder at square leg. He should run back for the second. Oh, in fact, the ball has gone past the boundary ropes. That's a boundary. The scores are tied now. 1 run away are the Dynamic strikers. It just bounced behind the square leg fielder, but the ball gathered momentum as soon as the ball just kept going out. One run required. It's been a sensational chase and a brilliant game of cricket for the Svkm Dynamic strikers. Completely outfoxed and outplayed the Rroaring Lions. Rohit on strike. 1 run required. There's so much due here. It's not easy for any bowler. Harshank Parikh. Plays a beautiful cover drive, and with the boundary, he will finish the innings off in style. The SVKM Dynamic Strikers go through into the semi-finals of the Silver Group Bayside Sports School Dads Cricket Championship. 108 league games, second knockout game of today. After the first quarter-finals was played between the JBC and Golden Stallions and the AB Warriors, which was won by the Golden Stallions in the super over. The SVKM Dynamic Strikers versus the Rroaring Lions, the second game, which just finished with a one-sided landsliding victory. Really impressed with the performance put up by the SVKM Dynamic Strikers. Congratulations, Strikers, who have moved through into the semi-finals.